This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Today we continue on with the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Weekend. We've got a good one in store. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. Kyle Shanahan on the 49ers sideline. His team making the long flight. Always difficult to play the 1 o'clock Eastern game when a West Coast team feels like it's 10 a.m. on their body clock.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. Will Reichard will get this one started. Off we go from Cleveland. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some explosive production and some efficiency out of this passing game.
Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And that will lead to a second down. Out of the gun, here's May. That's caught, Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, 49.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this...
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
After allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Working out of the gun, it's May. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And he'll get about 12 yards here as he's out of bounds. That'll make things a little easier on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll take a shot with Mims. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time, and they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Hey, Red.
On second down, Young. Smith and Jigba has it on that out route. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Third down.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. A gain there of 15. It's a Browns first down.
In today's game, Mike, we're so used to seeing everyone go for quarterback sneak in this situation. 3rd and inches, just let your quarterback kind of barrel forward and get a fresh set of downs. But a nice change up here, giving the ball to your back. Not only does he pick up the first down, but he gets plenty of yards after that.
On first down is Young. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On the double.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 7.
Hut. Seal. 60 red. 60 red. Hut, hut.
Out of the shotgun, Young. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. Holston Loveland was the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
Down. Black. 95. Ready.
From the gun, it's Young. And that is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And he overhit that just a bit. Lands beyond the goal line, and that is a touchback. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And as we move into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this as the 25 out to the 27. A pickup of 7.
Brings up second and 3.
Second down, they need 3. Here's May. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. Now it's going to be third down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league. And when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. What a weekend it's been already in the NFL. 3 games on Thanksgiving, the Black Friday game in Philadelphia, All part of the league saluting the legendary John Madden. This now known for the entire week for us at EA Sports with great pride is the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend. What a great time to honor a great man, his legacy in football. John gave so much of himself through this game, through coaching on the field and broadcasting, touched generations of NFL fans. No one more deserving of being honored than John Madden.
Here we go, set. Hut, hut.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Big Sheldon Rankin in there for the stop. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7.
Ready. Hut.
To throw is Young. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. Here's the punter now. And John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. The Niners offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now, May. Pushed out to his left. He'll try to run for it. 20-yard pickup there. It's good for a Niners 1st down. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2. 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Gesicki, the man in motion. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 35 yards. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Great job on that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He connects with Mims. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll send Flowers in motion. Throwing on third down is May. That one incomplete. Humphrey outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the 49ers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Browns offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league.
Ball red. You, yellow. Drill green. Steel black. Hut, hut.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Red, yellow. Let's go now. Yellow, 43. Green jack. Set.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Aleem McNeil getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year.
Here we go, blue. 60 red. 60 red. Blaster, 6. Hut.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up. Here's their punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. To return, it's Mims. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. To throw is May. That's going to be incomplete. Humphrey, very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll go play action with May. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Throwing is May. Throw across his body is complete. He needed 13 and got 14 for the 1st down. Couple of 1st downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. To throw now, May. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. Throwing on 2nd down. May got it into the hands of Mims. They're going to work this down inside the 45. They gain 18 yards on that one. First down, 49ers.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
May to throw on 2nd down. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's May. That's caught by Tolbert, right side. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
First down, 49ers.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Loss of 2.
Timeout 49ers. That is their second.
At the 27-yard line.
Clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. On 2nd down, it's May. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mims sent in motion here. Working out of the gun. It's May. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds. And he stopped the clock as well.
And the 49er first down. A gain of 7. And the 49er first down.
Operating from the shotgun. It's May. Pass caught. Gesicki on the right. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw again is May. Now he'll run it. And he will get into the end zone. Great May. Touchdown, 49ers.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
The kick is good. Makes the score Niners 10. Browns nothing.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Red. Down. 50. Green. Steel. Black. Red. Yellow. Hut. Hut.
Out of the shotgun, Young. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Ready.
A 2nd down throw for Young. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Hope you all had a very happy turkey.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And Their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Browns offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And he has been a tough guy to contain all season long, as reflected in those numbers that you see there. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Will manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. That's Jermaine Johnson there on the stop. It is 2nd and 6.
At the 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll push forward for about a yard. Big Sheldon Rankins in there for the stop.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Drill green. Here we go. Blue 32, black ultra.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down.
Red,
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Young. That's for the big rookie out of Michigan, Holston Loveland. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35.
That's another.
First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Here we go. Set. Black 40. Red cycle. Set. Huh?
Now Young. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
60 red. Hut, hut.
On 2nd down, Young. That's a short one caught by Loveland. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Yellow 22. Black shot. Red, yellow. Set. Hut.
To throw is Young. That is intercepted. Picked off by Jermaine Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
That is caught side of the end zone. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the 49ers move further out in front. It is now 17-0. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
At the 30-yard line, a 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Got it.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Here we go. 10 ready.
To throw is Young. Open man, tight end Jake Tonjes. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
Shot. 17. Black ultra. 45, white. Needle blue. 6, mega. Ready, ready.
Throwing is Young. And that is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to be fourth down.
Coverage by Kalen Bullock.
Come on, red, cycle. Black 40. Field, black. Set.
They'll go. Young.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on fourth down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult. When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
It is 3rd and 10.
It's third down.
Now, May. Rolling right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Browns offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10.
Green jack. Light blue. Claws red. Blue striker. Black shot. Set up.
On play action, Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
15 yards on the play. That's good for a Browns first down.
50
First
green.
and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready.
Here's Young to throw. Back to the left side and taken in by Golden. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
At the 47-yard
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and
Yellow.
there was nowhere
43.
for him to go after the catch.
Blaster. 6. Ready.
Throwing on second down, Young. He's got Loveland free left side. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16
Here's first and 10.
And the Browns first down.
Set. Ready.
First and 10 at the
Off the play fake.
47-yard line.
Here's Young. Flushed to his left. Picked up by the all-pro Roquan Smith. And the Niners are going to get the ball to start the second quarter as time expires here in the first.